During the pandemic, we were forced to stay inside to ensure the overall safety of our health. There's people like me that use this time to catch up on some self-care and some gaming. Others channeled their artistic strengths and made something new. In today's interview, I will talk to a musician by the name of Tristan Cassidy and a writer named Peter Hamilton. We'll start with Tristan and when he got into writing music.
So I had started getting to writing music around 2015, and that was when I was learning guitar. And I didn't really take it seriously at first. I kind of thought it was extremely intimidating.
Peter began writing in grade school when he was inspired through writing assignments.
I started writing in 3rd grade, and then there's like stories just for like English and whatever, and, everybody does that, but like I actually was writing throughout after that. So in like 5th grade I was writing, and then like we'd have the same thing for 5th grade with the writing assignments, but then it would be, done, but then I would write more. I would go ahead of the schedule. So that's how like at that moment I knew that I had some kind of affinity for writing.
Tristan goes on to tell how he got inspired by making music.
The thing that inspired me to create music is just getting addicted to hearing my own stuff. Like, I'm basically my own fan. Like, I listen to my own music about 50 times before I even release it.
Tristan has been working at Sam's Club for a few years. He didn't lose his job to the pandemic, but still had more time to make music. However, the artist didn't feel like more time helped him make music.
Having less time at work actually did not help me make anything. It's kind of weird because I feel like I'm better creating things when I'm under pressure, and my best stuff was typically made about 5 minutes before my shift or whatever. I would be on the way to work and be like, you know what, that's kind of a good melody, just record it on my phone.
On the contrary of Tristan, Peter saw the lockdown as a driving force to put out his book this year.
It definitely motivated me to get it done, because I already kind of had like the nucleus of what I wanted to do, but then I kind of just restarted it this year and just went all out. And definitely being quarantined definitely helped out, because it kept me busy, kept me motivated, especially when everything went kind of haywire. And
Tristan still made a single titled Time of My Life, which you can listen to on his Spotify. He tells what the song is about and how different it is in comparison to his other songs.
So I released a single called Time of My Life during the pandemic, and this track is just, kind of a song about romance, and it was a lot faster to make because that was the first time I'd ever actually sat down and forced myself to record all the vocals at once. I'd always, record vocals for like 5 minutes and then come back to it a couple days later, and that kind of screwed up the flow a lot. So Time of My Life was really good because it just put it together really quickly that way.
Not only did the lockdown push him into putting out his poetry collection, it gave him new thoughts and was able to incorporate them into his end project.
the lockdown helped formulate some new ideas. The last two, really only two I really put in there that were brand new. But I had some other ideas that were accumulating with what's going on in the world and the status quo and everything. But the last two are definitely in the book, are definitely those two from this year.
In the end, Tristan sees his music as a hobby and an expression of himself, rather than a career path.
My overall goal with making music, I don't really take myself too seriously. I think that's too intimidating, and I don't think I'm gonna take off. I think that's the wrong thing to do. I think it's really fun to show my friends what I make, but other than that, I'm just kind of doing it for fun. I don't expect anything out of it. It is a way to escape. I do play guitar 3 hours a day.
Peter's end goal for writing is to find a way to express himself and feel emotions. Not only that, Peter wants to make this into a career.
The end goal for my writing, definitely to make an impact, and it's fun for me, and it is very therapeutic. It's something that it kind of helps me think better, when I'm distressed and just in a lot of thought. When I put things down, it helps me formulate my mind better and think things through. But also lets the emotions out too. It's kind of odd. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a different feeling. That my goal of writing is to make a career out of it, and it's also a hobby, so it's kind of both. And sometimes I would just write stuff just because I wanted to. So it's really all of those, and the culmination put together, it's basically, just that.
You can check out both artists' work on Spotify under Tristan C. and on Amazon under Before It's Too Late by Peter Hamilton. This podcast was to show creative minds that show creativity in such different ways. Thank you for listening.